sequencing emotion in a delicate formation. Numerology's wisdom is a language of vibration. Welcome to the Numerology Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a numerologist, psychic medium, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's working with spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, precision and heart always enters the equation. Now, here is your host of the Numerology Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hi, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Numerology Hour. I'm Kelly Brickle, and we were on a little bit of a hiatus. With all the new shows coming in and balancing from week to week. So we are back with the Numerology Hour. And so I am a numerologist as well as a psychic medium healer, but one of my specialties is numerology. It's what helps, I would say, stand me apart within my work. I've been doing numerology for over 10 years, and I've been studying it for far longer than that. It's a passion of mine. I really do love numbers, and I sense them in different ways. And I feel like everyone has a different energy relationship with how they understand the world around them. And so my understanding of numbers might actually even be a different understanding than someone else's understanding of numbers. So some people love math. Some people are very energy sensitive where, they see the 111s, the 222s, the 333s, master number vibrations, sequencing as we call it. I'm sure you're familiar with angel numbers. There's many different ways to experience even just numbers and energy. And that's why there's so many different number systems out there. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, everybody coming on in. Hello. So there's many different types of numerology, and a lot of people are learning about what that is because they know about what a number means to them, or they know what a sign is, but they don't know the history behind numerology itself. And that's something I do go into a lot, but we don't necessarily need to go into it today. Hello, Jim. Hello, Kevin. And so there's many different types of ways to read with numerology. There's different systems, just like there's many different ways to read with a mediumistic connection or a psychic connection, right? Some people read the aura, still psychic. Some people read, with psychometry, still psychic, right? And same with numerology. There's many different places to look with numerology, and there's many different ways to work with numerology. So just like within psychic mediumship and healing work, for someone who's been doing it for a very long time, there are definite crossovers. There are definite consistencies. But everybody works differently in this line of connecting. Hello, Jesse. Hello, everybody. So we're going to talk numerology for a little bit. If you have any questions on numerology, I love to answer them. I've been a numerologist professionally for over 11 years. But within my work, I've been studying since I was a teen, and I used to look at people's charts. I used to look at people in the public, friends, family, and I learned a lot of correlations, and I learned a lot of synchronicities because of that. And so I love using it as a tool to tap into energy. I also like to learn about other modalities too, because there's crossovers with astrology, with numerology, there's crossovers. Even with card reading, if you have an understanding of symbology. So it goes very far. Hello, Aspen. Hello, Jennifer. Hey. So I want to talk about one number, which I think is really fun and important. It's a number that I don't get to look at during the numerology hour a lot because it involves your name, the numerology of your name. And when we're doing the numerology hour readings or quick readings, even on the psychic hour, I take people's birth dates and I get information for their birth dates. It's way quicker. Um, and when you have a short time span, there's more than enough to look at already. Okay. Honestly, if you are a comfortable and skilled numerologist, you could literally do an hour reading off of just someone's birthday numbers if you really want to get deep, 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 and deeper. It would be very easy to do that. You could do a 2 hour reading, on that. So, when you're looking at the soul number, and I love to talk about the soul number, you're looking at a very, very important part of who somebody is that's not always seen. And the soul number comes from taking a person's current name, and that's very important to talk about in numerology. You don't just take someone's full name, you do take that for calculations, but to find your soul number, you take the current vibration that you express in the world, and then you take the vowels from that, and you find the soul number. And there's so much good information here. So much good information here because you understand from this vibration what somebody needs to feel comfortable, what somebody needs to feel connected. It goes with their hobbies, it goes with how they feel validated. And the interesting thing is, these parts of themselves usually don't get expressed around, let's say at work or the people around them, or even within their friends and sometimes even relationships. These parts of who they are don't get expressed because parts of us, when we're taking care of ourselves or we're spending our alone time, sometimes we bring this out within ourselves for self care, but we don't extend this into other parts of our life. And so numerology can get really, really interesting like that and very healing because there's all these parts of ourselves where if you do a reading with someone, you go, well, yeah, I really like doing that, or yeah, that makes me happy, or yeah, I think about that a lot. But yet it's not a part of their active world. And you go, well, you can do more of that, and then you'd be happier. And they would be like, yeah, yeah, actually, that you're right, you're right, you're right. I just haven't thought about it that way. Or yeah, when someone treats me like this, or I do the things that I want to do with like a friend, I feel like they're the best friend on earth. Or with my date, I feel like they get me like no one else, and I feel so deeply loved and supported. So these energies that are inside of us, they long to be nourished. And a lot of us don't nourish ourselves in certain categories. So it's a lifelong understanding. But numerology, since it's a print, just like astrology and other systems, it can give us a elevated, what's that word? I'll just use a different word. It can speed up the time that we have understanding on certain things about ourselves. It can go, oh, now I see from that perspective, and not just because that's a different perspective. Oh, I see that in a way that helps me understand something that I already know about myself, and now I can apply that easier because that's what I've always thought. Okay, so I want to say hello to everyone coming in. I'm going to take some questions, and then later on, we're going to go into some readings too, as well, because I always love to share numerology in various capacities. So I want to say hello to Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. She had a great show with Shannon just earlier, a little bit more in the morning, around 11. She was rocking it. Hello, Aspen and Jennifer, McCormick. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, yes. The angel numbers really help open up our understanding to what numerology can be. Hello, love right back. Hi, Debbie. Hello. Hello, Jessie Cat. Hey, shout out to Jessie Cat. She's a sweetheart. Let's see here. All right. Let's go into a question. Just moving the comments around, so it's fun. Okay, so Aspen said up top, is the soul number different than the attitude number? What are the name of the numbers again and the three we have? Okay, so within numerology, there's core numbers that everybody has, and it makes up your personality. Like in astrology, how The rising sign, the moon sign, and the sun sign are so important when dealing with the basics of how we run things. And then there's other important planets too that are very, very basic to talk about as well. But we go, oh, this is my archetype with how I use energy. Okay. And so the soul number, the attitude number are some of those calculations to help us under archetypes about ourselves. In Pythagorean numerology, Western numerology, that's the one I specialize in, many different other systems. The soul number, it comes from the name, and the attitude number comes from the birthday. Okay. And so there's 3 numbers that come from the birthday and 3 numbers that come from your name, the name that you currently go by, with understanding how you work with current energy within the world. And that's very, very important. We can't look at, let's say, what our name was 10 years ago before we got married, or maybe we had a name change, or maybe we decided we identify with a nickname more than a real name. You have to look about what you go by with how you feel deepest like yourself and how you publicly identify too as well, because it's not just the internal workings of you, it's the external and internal workings of you that is your true identity, with understanding how then the vibration of the numbers would apply. Okay, so it's a little technical with the name. I always have to just highlight the technicality of the name because that's how we find the best accuracy. Okay, and so the 3, what are the name of the numbers again? The 3 that we have. So it's the attitude number, the life path number, and we have the personal day number for our birth dates. And then for our names, we have our soul number, our personality number, and our power number. And there's many other calculations other than that, yes, but these are our core 6 that help us understand about our personality and how we mesh with other people's personalities. It's the foundation of a numerology chart. Okay, so great question. And yeah, Aspen saying, I know I'm a attitude 5 and the other 2 are 5s as well. I'm a triple 5. So anytime, and this is great, anytime someone has a triple number within their core charts or in other important calculations, and really it's most looked at in your core chart, it highlights a very strong inclination to be of that energy and for that energy to help you within life. So, you're a triple 5. So I would make sure there's a 5 in my wallet, or I would make sure if I'm creating anything, right? Where I want to attract people, it could be in business, it could be a website, right? I would make sure that everything adds up to a 5 vibration because your energy works very, very well with that. So there's an intensity within the 5. So it means you are that, but also you will learn the lessons of the 5 as well. So there's no number that is positive or negative within itself, but there's intensities within each number of, whoa, if you have a lot of this, you're really going to be this way. And so then you'll experience the opposite of the lessons too if you are not balanced in the energy. So it makes it very fascinating. And it makes also an easy read for most people with, in certain departments, because you can just go, wow, you're really 5. So let's talk about the energy of 5. Okay. Jennifer is talking about how I constantly see repeating numbers. So the 111s, the 222s, etc. And so I love this. When people are seeing repeating numbers, it really is an acknowledgement of awakening, whether you are awakening for the first time or a reminder to keep going and to reconnect. Like the internet, it drops, right? We go, I was on that page. Where did that page go? Our connection with spirit can drop. We go, why are we not connected? Why am I not feeling spirit, right? But this is like a syncing up of energy. When we find sequencing, that's a tongue twister, because basically you're looking to connect to a signature of energy, right? And you go, am I on the money? Am I on the money? Am I focused? Do I have it? I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it. And we have like a lot of second guessing within ourselves. But when we see sequences, repeating numbers, that is our energy lining up like a bullseye where we go, okay, I was looking for a sign. All of a sudden, I see the 111. I was looking for a bunch of fours because it symbolizes this message to me. All of a sudden, spirit is showing me, and my higher self is showing me where to look for the fours. So it shows you your power. It shows you that we are all connected and we can lock into energy. And so that's what we're doing when we're developing ourselves. That's what we're doing when we are becoming more energy sensitive with our intuition and growing. But sometimes we go, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm just hoping. Or we overthink and we're hard on ourselves. But the external validation to actually see the number sequencing, because every day we go through so many cycles of energy, and we have representation and symbology of cycles, that if you can get in alignment with just understanding how things flow, and yes, you're tuning into the numbers to help guide you, and with that you're locked in, and you can continue to train yourself and understand and validate yourself with, I'm locked in if I want to develop another skill within my energy. So it's an acknowledgement to the awakening that you are of higher vibration to catch signs and patterns, and you are in flow. And it's the other things I mentioned about too. So there's a lot of acknowledgments with the people call them angel numbers. They're actually master numbers, and it's number sequencing. Okay, but we can call them many things. So hello, hello. Hey, Debbie. All right. It is very cool, Aspen. Hello, Stephanie. Good afternoon. Hello. Jim, were the Mayans great architects of numerology? Oh, that's a great question. I have not looked into South America and their connection with numbers. A little bit with Europe, a little bit with India, a little bit with like China. Yes, but I haven't looked into South America, and they are great architects, so I would love to see how that lines up. They've made some amazing grid um, patterns and conductors just with their monuments. So that's whoa in itself. But thank you, Jim, for making me think of that region of the world. So thank you. Oh, thank you, Aspen. I appreciate it. Hello, Maggie. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, One. Hello. Oh, yes, I got to get into readings in a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Jesse. You've been seeing 1492, 123, 1144. Okay, so Jesse, how often have you been seeing them? Whether it's day to day or month to month. And we'll find ourselves with certain numbers for two reasons largely. One, the symbology of it and what it means to us, and also two, if you actually break down what the numbers mean and look at the individual numbers, you will have just the vibrational message too. So the vibrational message is the more technical part of numerology, and for you to get really associated and have a relationship with the numbers. And then there's just the symbology of how it flows to you, because the universe is very intelligent and it works with how and just naturally when we can receive something. So they will broadcast messages in different ways. Just like with a mediumship, there's technicality in mediumship, but there's always things that defy technicality, because they make sure that the message gets in no matter what. Okay, same here. So adding up the numbers really quick, you have a 7, another 7, a 6 and a 1. Interesting. Okay. So you have two sevens you're seeing. And it seems like you have a lot of consistent ones. Um, and so we look at these, like we look at like what vibration keeps finding me. And in everything you're showing me here, there's so many ones and then there's fours. And so what comes out like within just that, with the language of numbers, you go, wow, you're trying to cultivate stability and consistency as you're coming into a new part of yourself, and you understand that you're maturing in a way where you have to do things differently. And so it's almost like you're gearing yourself up. And the four is trying to remind you that it just takes dedication, and it takes some time, and it just takes hard work. And yeah, it will be like the definition of hard sometimes, where you're going to have to smack yourself across the face and be like, keep on with it, keep on with it. I'm going to have to do this if I expect that. Okay. So there's like a little bit of sometimes, ah, within the energy coming your way. Um, and also within the one energy, it's the dare to be different. It's the dare to not listen to anyone else unless you want to. But don't listen to anyone else, because everyone's going to tell you from their own perspective, like, oh, you could do it a different way, or you really want to do that. And I feel like sometimes sharing your dreams, people don't always understand you, Jesse, and you just go, well, why did I share it in the first place, right? But there's applause after they see it, but frequently it's not completely always understood even at that time. So it's the encouragement of dare to be different, have the discipline, and sometimes some of the steps are meant to be slow so you get it right and integrate it. Okay. So you're laughing. Okay, I'm glad you can understand this. All right. So yeah, um, always look with what numbers are following you. They don't have to be like 444. They don't have to be the 222. You're looking for sequencing in general. So classically, we go, well, I would expect four ones for me to pay attention to a one message. But no, you pop down just to let me know that ones and fours are following you for some reason, Jesse. Okay. And so continue to see what numbers follow you, even if they come in just all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm going to a friend's house, or I'm going to a class for the first time, or even like a new grocery store. It could be the most random stuff, and you go, wow, it looks like I found another one. It seems this is the season of that energy for me. Something that I find, I'm going to say one more thing. Um, Something that I find that follows me everywhere, like eights and nines follow me a lot. And it makes sense because of my chart. They didn't always follow me, and I didn't always have eights and nines in my chart so prominently, and that's why too as well. But if I, like, let's say I make an order for some crystals, or I'm getting some tacos, or getting some new clothes, however, right? The order number, usually, I'm not joking, breaks down to a 9 or 8 usually. The percentage on that is way high. It's like over 70%. Definitely. Definitely. And when I get into stuff that is more like heavier weighted or meaningful, let's say like purchasing a class, or, doing something where I feel my soul is really invested. Yes, sometimes my soul is very invested in a taco, sure too. But I will notice that the eights and nines even more so follow me. Okay. And when that's not the case, I have other numbers that are in my chart that trickle and follow me too. So there's certain numbers that frequently do not follow me. There's certain numbers that frequently don't come up, and there's a vast majority of numbers that do. So there is a likelihood of what follows you around, and it's just a matter of how do we pay attention, because it's not always in ways that we think it would follow us. It's not always in the dramatic 44, 88, or 999. Okay. It's in different ways. All right. So I'm glad that made sense for you, Jennifer, too, as well. I'm gonna say hi to some people for a second and take some more questions. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Courtney. Hey, Fran. Hello, hello. Let's see here. Stacia. Hey, Stacia. Hello, Eva or Ava. Hello. Hi. Hello, Suzanne from Nepal. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, everybody, for coming on in. So there was another question. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I follow up with Jesse though too, making sure. And Debbie was talking about numbers too as well. So there's another one for you in there, Jesse. That's an 8 vibration too as well. Calling you to step up. And let me go. I'm going to do Fran and Debbie too as well. Debbie, 838 followed me in 818. Okay, so 838 is a 1 vibration and 818 is an 8 vibration. And so both of those numbers, it doesn't surprise me like that those would follow you around. 8 is the number of like business a lot of times, and if not, it's the number of pushing yourself to have certain goals and to have excellence. It's a very take charge number where it's like I expect to reach this now within my life. I expect to create this now in my life. The 4 is like the discipline to start to do that, the learning. The 8 is now I've reached a certain level where I have to do this within my life. And so it comes with checks and balances. It's loftier goals, yes, but it's also being very honest with yourself in multiple ways. And so there's so many eights in this, the eights are the number one thing that comes up. And it showcases that is indicative in your life of you're very, very um expecting of what you can do. You're like, this is what I need to do, and so I will perform, right? This is what I signed up for, and so I will be this, and I will continue to go higher and higher and higher. And that's very much 8 energy, but it's also the 8, it deals with the body, it deals with the material, and the 8 is always reminding of taking care of the body and making the body strong and nourishing the body. And the 8 is about truth. And so the truth has to be amplified in the body. So it's actually a very spiritual number, but it's about how you activate your body to hold spirit to be here on earth. So for people who aren't that spiritual, everyone, I believe everyone's spiritual, but it's like, there's some people who embrace it or embody it in different ways, but or reject it. You know what I mean? But for people, and Debbie's definitely spiritual, but for people who haven't accessed that spirituality within their life, they are very connected to power and ambition and accomplishments. And they actually can accumulate a lot in their life if they are disciplined. That's the word of the day, apparently. And for people who are spiritual, it's about like strengthening that connection because maybe they've already developed the other side, but they really, really have to develop the physical side. So there's a reason why 8 is following you around, the reminder of strengthen and become and clean and eliminate and to understand the truth of your body, just like the truth of spirit, because the truth of your body was created by spirit so you could have the exact needs that you need to fulfill for your own development, lessons, understanding, activation, and power as Debbie. Okay, so yes, boom. Okay, that's right. That's right. And you love 8. Yeah, 8s are fun. 8s are fun. 8s definitely hit hard with lessons, but 8s are fun. Gotta get my body to match my brain. Yeah, yeah. And that's what a lot of 8s feel. You are not alone in that, Debbie. a lot of people with strong 8 energy within their chart, or if they are finding themselves in the energy of 8, they will feel that because 8, before it aligns itself to these goals and this knowing of saying, I know my vision. 8 is such a visual number as well as physical number. And they say, I see myself as this. I envision myself as this. And they go, why aren't my legs, working? Why is my voice not saying what I want it to say? Why is my energy, not allowing me to go get that? Why is, my, let's say, performance not at the level consistency that I know it can be? So there's a lot of division between the brain and the body and learning how to become more and more powerful. Now, everybody has a division of the brain and the body. Everyone does. Because if we didn't, we'd all be kind of superheroes. We'd be like, I want to fly. So, I'm going to, channel, how I can build, engines and strap it to my back, or I'm going to create this concoction the world has never seen, and I'm going to, show people how they can fly, or I want to build an empire. So all of a sudden, I'm going to channel all this information, and I have the empire. So that's if we're really getting like really like whoa, if we really want to talk about it. So everyone has that divide, but for 8 people, they're consciously always aware of it, and sometimes it is quite a struggle and it's very frustrating, but they're consciously aware of there's a gap here. And because they're conscious, they can do something about it. Now, some people get burdened by it, and you can actually see sometimes 8s in disarray. And it can be very challenging. And there's a lot of, energy that there needs to be healing first. But since the consciousness is always, I can be better, or if only, or I need to be here because I don't have this, you get to cultivate, you get to heal, you get to grow, you get to say, I'm going to do something about it because I'm always feeling and thinking about it. And that's what gives 8s the power to always excel and be better, as long as they don't give up on themselves. And you definitely don't give up on yourself. I'm just letting you know why you feel like there's always a divide or imbalance. Okay. So, okay. And also, 2 energy can make a person feel like that as well for different reasons. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to one other question or 2, and then we're going to go into some readings. Oh, yeah. Stephanie, for sure. So, Stephanie, you're new to numerology. I always love Glennis McCants. Glennis McCants is such a wonderful numerologist. She has 2 books that are out that she's had for some time. You can find them on Amazon, but they're really amazing, such amazing books. It's Glennis Has Your Number is the first one, I believe. The second one is Love by the Numbers. So look up Glennis McCants. I also, on my website, I have like PDFs and resources that I give out if you sign up for my newsletter. And I also have things from time to time that help people learn about the numbers too as well. So look out, or look around and see if that helps too with some of the resources that I provide as well. Okay. All right. Let me go. There was one question. So Fran, there you go, Fran. Number that came up in my dream. Oh, wow. That is a very specific number for a dream. We wake up and sometimes we don't remember everything. But wow, if you remember that sequence, that's so cool. So that is a 1 vibration, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, that's a 1 vibration. So, and a repeating aspect of that is the 4 and zeros. Okay, all right. So now this could be. I'm always gonna say 2 things. There's 2 things that you do with numbers when you're breaking them down. You understand the symbology of it. This could be something highly subjective to you, and then you just talk about the energy of it. Okay. So we'll do a little bit of both. Okay. So first of all, it's a one vibration, but the strongest aspects are the fours and the zeros. So it's letting me know that it's like really been a need for you to go slow and not rush yourself and to not get too frustrated with yourself, if that makes sense. Fran, I don't know if you're still in the room, but I'm seeing like, you're learning how to do things a little bit differently. And we're going to talk about body again. Sometimes it's body, sometimes, every year is different, and you go, why are things kind of running like this? And so I feel like a little bit of frustration within that. And the four is always the reminder of, hey, learn about what's going on, become an expert of what's going on, and then make choices around that so you can feel like, all right, can't always control what's around me, but at least I can, feel like I am connected and I have choices. So the reminder of you can figure out what's going on. You don't have to feel like it's happening to you. The biggest vibration when totaled up was the one, and so that's about continuing to go forward and continuing to do what you need to do to give yourself all the support and all the personal appreciation, because I feel like you give so much appreciation to others, but appreciation to yourself to go, I'm doing this because it's good for myself. And all of my choices that I'm making going forward are for the love of myself, the self care of myself, and for the acknowledging of I'm worth it. I really feel like that because it's about strengthening your energy right now. With the four and the one, it's about strengthening your energy and making sure that you have the knowing of I need to invest this within myself to continue to go where I'm going. Okay. So I also feel like I keep seeing like that role um, of all the numbers. And so maybe, again, maybe the symbology, you knew why you saw that. But I really do feel like there's some planning with money involved. And I feel like this goes beyond this year. I don't know if you're still here with us, friend, because you gave me this to me up in the comments. So you can look at this later if you happen to see it. But I really think this deals with like money too as well. And making sure that everything is like going to plan with money. And I feel like you're very meticulous. So you do feel like that's kind of in a row, but there's like a bigger picture coming in and saying like, hey, you can use these things to work for you in a more abundant way. You can use some of your financial planning. You can use some of what you've put accounts into more to your advantage. So look into that, okay? Because it's very much of how can you be fully supported, and it's not just in the ways that you've researched prior. It needs to be in the ways that you research now, and the luck and the people that come to you to help you with where you need. Okay, so I encourage you to get curious with what your money can do for you, and not just be like, I've looked into it, it works fine. I feel like there's more to be done with it that actually can work better. So I'm going to give that to you. And then let's go and absolutely, Stephanie. Um, Eva. We'll go into readings after this. I'll take this for 2 seconds. 1919 mean that's a two vibration. It has appeared for me recent times. So when nines and ones come up, it's basically like it's calling you to take into full account of situations. It's basically a reminder of you've come so far. You've come so far and that you've changed, because one is the baby energy, it's the beginner, and nine is the old soul energy. Okay. One is, let's get creative. I get to, be excited within the world. And nine is I have responsibility. Okay. I will take on responsibility for others too, because I'm so seasoned, it's the right thing to do. Okay. So when you have ones and nines together, it's an acknowledgement that there has been a transformation at hand. And you're seeing 1919. So things have transformed or things are still transforming, and we're in the end phase of it, Ava. So it definitely is acknowledgement to you have what it needs to finish strong, and you have the skills to actually handle this with grace and with ease. You've been here before. And this is a this lifetime acknowledgement. You've been here before with this problem. I feel like something that you're transcending right now, or you've recently transcended. You've tackled a problem like this before, so they're just saying you have the chops, you have what you need. Just continue to have trust and continue to know that you can dance through that, have fun through it, treat yourself through it, because they keep, you know, the sense of ease. Even though life is complicated, we can have a sense of ease if we are given that. So really, really lean into that as you transform and as things wrap up. Okay. I thank you for understanding that. Okay. So let's go into some readings. I love this. I just saw eights are to get into your power, to get into your power. Boundaries, saying no, saying yes to things that are, something that you've always wanted to say yes to, that you overthink, that you go, well, it would be nice, but I don't know if this is right for me. Eights are about getting in your power, okay? And making it happen. Okay. Let's see. So some numbers. Oh, that's you. Oh, that's you, friend, too. I was looking for your friend. Okay, I see you here now. Okay, I'm here. The dream was years ago. Okay, well, the dream is connected to finances, girl. And how it connects to now is saying you did what you needed to do back then, but you can continue to make money work for you in different ways now, even if it's subtle changes. So get current with the money manifestation. Back in the day, you made some money changes around that time. If you can understand that, and you created more ease within your life. So this is the validation that you can do that again with additional things that you need some support in. So hopefully that makes sense, Fran. And the validation of, prioritizing and learning how to do that. Okay. All right. It always helps when somebody's energy, or when I can catch someone's energy in the comments, it helps me lock into them. Sometimes people wouldn't even think about that because it's just like, oh, you're online. And it's just like, no, it's just like within a reading. If someone's right in front of me, I go, oh, their energy is that way. And energy is moving, it's a living force. And so if I'm connecting to my living force is connecting to your living force, I go, oh, the movement that I feel, it's expressing some things. Now, if I see in the comments for a second, I have a snapshot of your moving force, and sometimes I can get back into the momentum, but other times I go, oh, I need you live. Where are you? So if I see you back in the comments, which I just did, helps reinvigorate that. So, okay, absolutely, friend. And hopefully that makes sense for you. Okay. All right. Oh, I got to do this one because I was thinking about it. Where I'll go to you, Jennifer, for readings to start. But Courtney says 911 can be a sign that you're an earth angel or a light worker. Well, it's in that vein too, as well. So 911 is like a sign for help. It's a sign that attention is needed and help. So if you see some of that, pop up around you, it's like look alert. Trust your gut. If you need to help someone else, help someone else. It's about making sure that you are acknowledging how you need help and understanding that actually is coming into play before the event happens to help prevent something from beginning. So it's like 911 is like the rescue number. So it's, interesting that you talk about Earth Angel or light worker. So those are rescue workers. They really are. So it's fun like that. Okay. Absolutely. So Jennifer, I'm going to go to you and let's see. Did you put your numbers up at the top? If not, let me see. All right, no worries. So if you would like a reading, Jennifer, just pop down your numbers because it's the numerology hour, girl. So just put your month and your day if you can, and I'm going to go into your numerology. And so if anyone who's not comfortable with their year or their full birth date, you don't have to do it. Just at least give me your month and your day. And that's how I'm going to pull your numbers for numerology readings. Okay, so heads up to that. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. All right. So you are an attitude 4, your personal day 9, and you are in a cycle of 3. Okay. Awesome. And so what comes up for you, Jennifer, is so attitude 4 people are always natural planners. If their, let's say, car is messy or their house is messy, it means that there's something within themselves that needs to be healed or slowed down, or it needs to be a reconnection of self, because naturally, the way that you would approach life would be quite organized. So it's pretty textbook with some of the things that everybody does in certain placements. So there's a need to be organized. And if you ever feel like anxiety or stress or anything else, a good cleaning and a good organization will actually help take that away. It sounds simple, but it's very powerful, especially in the placement you have it. So you're a personal day 9, and when someone has a 9 in the personal day placement, what you attract people in a way where they have respect for you more often than not. So 9 is an old soul number, and in this placement, people can feel it quite easily. And they will actually ask you for your opinion. They might even ask you for help, but they'll do it usually in a very respectful way and not a demanding way. But there is an acknowledgement of this person feels like that they can indeed help me. So if you can understand certain places that people frequently, whether they know you or don't know you, people will ask you your opinion or stimulate discussion, and it won't always be so, let's say, sometimes it can be personal, but even when it's not, there's usually like discussion that like comes out, and it's actually quite deep, and you find yourself when you talk to people in deep discussions that could actually last, even if you just met somebody, quite a long time. And it's because of that 9 that breeds that emotion within people. So I'm just gonna, you're saying yes, constantly on the go. I have 2 sons with severe learning disabilities. Okay, so well, life happens for a reason. There are, there are reasons, and you having that attitude makes you the perfect mama for going. I'm gonna be organized. I'm gonna catch this. I'm gonna catch that, and we're going to make it happen, and we're going to make it happen where we don't have to be overwhelmed if we don't have to. You're going to be able to have the brain where you are so aware of the details to help who you need to help. And you're in a cycle of 3, I want to say. And so anytime someone's in a cycle of 3, it's a year of meeting new people. It's a year of trying new things. It's a year that tries to get you out of the box. 3 is about communication, friendship. It's about it's a lightheartedness. So there's a quickness that happens within the year. Some years are slow, some years are fast. 3 always has a quickness, okay? But it allows you to have fun. It allows you to travel and get out if you need to travel. it allows you to meet the people that you need to meet for networking. So I encourage you, since you're in a cycle of 3, if let's say you're looking to find people in whatever capacity, like, oh, it would be nice if I knew somebody like this, put that out into the universe, start talking to people about it, not because you need them to fill that role, just because you're like, oh, well, I'm looking for this currently in my life. And what happens is 3 is, let's pass the message along the grapevine. Let's let this travel wherever it needs to travel. And suddenly somebody you least expect, or even a good friend, would say, you know what you mentioned, just the other day, I have someone who knows how to do that. Or, what you mentioned the other day and you were looking for this and that, I just read an article about that and I'm going to send you it. It seems like what you were looking for. Um, so you have a knowing of the past life. That's excellent. That's excellent. So use this knowing to amplify the 3 energy of this year of getting what you need to get, because 3 is mercurial. Like, it's the energy of messages. It's the energy of listening and hearing. So if you speak, someone, whether it's on this earth or in heaven or on the other side, they will deliver the message and they will say, Jennifer needs A, B, and C. The energy is moving lightning quick. Let's get what she's looking for. Let's help her get that. Okay, so 3 always helps that. And the reason why we have different archetypes every year is it teaches us different things about ourselves. And 3 is basically saying, get out into the world and see the magic of how it helps. See the synchronicity of how things are bigger than you, but all you have to do is just be you and start the smallest seed to make the ripple effects of 1,000, a million, messages sparking all around you, and finding its way exactly to you because it knew that the message was tailor made to be delivered. Okay. You're talking about 3. 3 is significant to me. I have 3 sons, youngest 2 disabilities. My partner recently passed. We have lived at least one lifetime together. So the 9 that you have within your chart too, it's the acknowledgement of like the old soul of I'm prepared. Um, I have wisdom, I trust myself, I have confidence, and really it's kind of like 3 is inviting you to have fun. The 3 is inviting you to make friends with fellow old souls and continue to let the universe surprise you in ways that makes you laugh so hard that your sides hurt. Um, the encouragement of how people can help out. So your sons have more fun, you have more fun. Um, and it doesn't have to be all on your shoulders. So if you can continue to find ways where friends and family can do that, or gifts come in unexpected boxes, I encourage you to ignite that, and this year will help you do that. And I give you all my love regarding your partner that has passed, and love to your family as well. Okay, let's go to let's go take another one. Someone put their birthday at the top, I believe. So Susan Zen, if you're still here, Susan Zen, February 3rd. I'll put that up. So your attitude 5, and you are personal day 3, and your life path is 8, is a 2. Let me just double check. Wait. Your life path is a 4. This is why I double check. So, yep, personal day 3, attitude 5, and yeah, personal day. Yeah. All right. So your life path is 8 plus 5. Yep. Yep. Okay. So here we go. You are in a cycle of 4 as well. So being in a cycle of 4, Suzanne, it is a time for reorganizing your daily routine. So that's indicative of making sure that your home serves you, redecorating, or even planning to move someplace that better serves you. It's also a time for learning, to cultivate, like, how do I want to build who I'm becoming? Four is like an architect number. How do I want to build? And to build something beautiful, like, you don't want to rush the house. You don't want to just slap down the straw and the mud or the brick or the wood. You want to make sure that the nails are sturdy. You want to make sure that concrete is set. So 4 invites you to have like a much more deliberate understanding of what you need within your life to be happy and have your needs met. Your attitude is 5, so you get bored easily, and you're always on the go, always doing something, always have your finger in multiple pots. I feel like you're a very creative person, and you get an idea and you go with it. So you're very very curious. You're very very curious. You like to learn, but it's almost like you don't need much to be stimulated, and off you go. You're gonna try this. Um, People very easily come up to you. People very easily feel comfortable in your presence. And so, you being so social and people being so comfortable around you creates for a lot of really fun events of spontaneity. And it helps you with your artistry. It helps you within your work. It helps you within feeling like there's always something to do. So there's a lot of natural zest that life gives to you to elate you when things are even rough. You feel like the world is always kind of giving you more inspiration very naturally. Um, you are a life path of 4-2 as well, and your cycle is matching that, and that's always a lovely time. Like with the numerology, it means that this year is giving you exactly what you need to grow, and you feel more grounded in that approach than you ever had before. Okay, so I don't know if you're still here with me, Suzanne, but I'm going to give you this. You can go back to the playback, and if you are, great. But it's the acknowledgement that this year is helping you to acquire and become exactly who you need to be. So really lean into taking the job. Really lean into um, understanding the work that you have to do to go to your next level, and trust that everything's going to lead you to where you need to go, because the energy is just really supportive and really flowing and very open for you this year. And I feel like you could validate with that as well. Okay. So I'm going to go to Maggie Martin. Maggie, your personal day 8, attitude 8 as well. And you are 6, a life path 6. So, hey, Maggie. Hey, hi, girl. And hello to Jennifer coming on in. Hey, what's up? Hi, Stacia. Sending love to people. Okay, so you have 8s and 6s. And so 8s and 6s always are showcasing strong energy, okay? Energy that is, and there's certain numbers that are bendy and there's certain numbers that are more rigid, but you have very strong energy. So, you can't be moved. You cannot be moved when you have an idea of what you need to do. Okay, so you're very sturdy and confident with the job that needs to be done once you're locked in. Okay, and you're a natural protector too. Okay, and you just size situations up very naturally and easily, and you say this is what needs to be done, or you know is this person up for the task? Is this person up for the task? Because you know, I understand kind of the basics at hand, and let's see about if people are rising to the occasion. So you have a natural understanding of really what needs to be done, and you're very much a protector of that for yourself and other people. And so you have very good leadership energy. You have very good supportive energy, and you have very good leadership energy. I'd have to look at your other numbers to actually see which way you lean, but ultimately you're either you're the second hand or you're in charge, one of the two. Okay. Like you like to be in the mix, you don't like to be in the background, you like to be all up in it. Because you have so much energy to give. Um, Lots of tests that the last 3 weeks. All right. So let's talk about that. Eight and you're okay, you're 6, we said, and then yep, that's the 8. So, and then we're in April right now. Okay. So last month that would make sense why it's 3 weeks from now. Last month would help pick up some of these tests, and so it's basically you making sure you hold strong, but you're not putting yourself in a jam while you're holding strong. That you're taking care of yourself, that you're breathing, not getting yourself stressed out, not getting yourself worked up. It's almost like things are going to showcase themselves. Things are going to reveal themselves exactly how they will, regardless of if you're stressed or not. Things will showcase themselves to you as needed. So don't work yourself up. Um, we're in a month, so you're in a month of 9 too, for your cycle. So there's going to be an end. There's going to be an end in sight, and you're going to have resolvement. Okay, and this month is going to go just like that. So that's some relief. Because you're going to be kept busy. You're going to be kept busy, even though this is really bogging you down. Okay. You're saying, yay. Yeah, I want you to be kept busy with other things besides this, even though this is a big one. Um, um, Resolvement with family is also going to come up. There needs to be some things resolved within family. Um, but I do really feel like there's a resolution to this problem in the next like 3 months. Okay. In the next 3 months, there's a resolution to this problem because I'm seeing, let's see, so it's like part of this month and into next. So it's like 2.5 months like that. That's like kind of in that vein. So that would be like June. Like in June, there is like relief with this issue. There's a lot of movement behind this issue. Within May, you might see it late May, but there's some type of relief with it within June regarding this issue. And that might be some of the lingering things because I don't think this is just a cut and dry situation of how it impacts you. Okay. So the resolvement of that is going to go into June with how it personally goes with like how you have healing within it and peace within it. But you might actually see the actual physical resolution of it in May. I hope you really do. So sooner than later, definitely. Um, just hold strong and don't work yourself up. Um, like I really am connected to the ocean, water, like with you, with what makes you relax, like light colors, fresh air, like ocean breeze. Like it's like almost like sea foam on water, or like white ripples within an ocean, but lots of light blue. And I feel like your energy is calling you to relax and release and heal. And again, like almost acknowledgement for like seashells, again, the beach, something about the beach and the sand. And sometimes we can't control the immediacy of things. So send all that love and attention instead of worry to your energy and make yourself feel great. Get your nails done, girl. I feel like it's time to get your nails done. Whether you have that already scheduled or you've been thinking about it, but get your nails done too. Okay. So it will resolve itself. You were going to ride with my Harley. Oh, cool. You have a motorcycle. I love that. You're gonna ride your Harley down to the beach tomorrow. Yes, very good for your energy. Very good for your energy. And the nails are important too. Whether it's already scheduled or it's been long due, they're saying feel beautiful, feel in control in the ways that you can feel in control of. And been thinking about my nails lately. Yeah, it's like, yeah, put the energy there. You can do something about that. Put the energy there. Exactly. Exactly. So I always get people's nails when they want to get their nails done or they have gotten their nails done, and I never get my nails done. But it's like it's something that always comes up. I don't understand why I'm able to get that. I don't get it. We all have our stuff, right? But with that said, hang in there. There's going to be a resolvement sooner than later. That's for sure. Um, I don't know. All of a sudden, like again, this is random. The need, the wanting to play the lottery, or like it was like Irish luck, like a gold pot. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of just like bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Okay, they want you to bet on yourself. All right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I'm glad you can understand that. Okay. With that said, everybody, thank you so much for being with me here today. I want to give love to you, Maggie. I want to give love to Jennifer, both Jennifers. And oh yes, I with Jennifer's comment, I'm sending you fun, laughing, and love with your family time too as well. Sending you so much love with that, Jennifer. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Aspen. Thank you, Fran. Everyone from coming on in today. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Jessie Cat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Earlier with everybody who's coming on to Kevin, Jim, Jesse. Shout out to everybody. With that said, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Aspen. All right, everybody. You will see me next week. We have the interview series with the Psychic Hour, and you might see me back for the Numerology Hour too, as well. I'm figuring out how to integrate it in as we go forward within the weeks. Lots of love and more lovely shows coming. With that said, please go with love, luck, light, and don't forget to live, everybody. See you again soon. Bye. Thank you.